What's up, guys? Crypto Savvy here. I hope everybody's having a fabulous Sunday. We're going to be taking a look at Bitcoin and Litecoin and why I think we are all in the opportunity of a lifetime. No matter what happens in the intermediate time frames with Bitcoin, I think the future is bright. Anyways, we're going to be taking a look at that. I do want to remind you guys there's a free Discord group in the description below the video. Definitely check it out. There's also some affiliate links down there that really help the channel out. There's some exchange links down there that you get an extra free bonus for signing up with by using my links. Check those out if you can. And yeah, let's get into the charts. All right, guys, as always, I want to start out by saying I'm not a financial advisor. This is not financial advice. This is my opinion and my view of the market only. Anybody that's doing any trading or investing, I suggest you do your own due diligence and your own research, as this market is extremely volatile and risky. Also, keep in mind, it is still a speculative market. Do not put in more than you're willing to lose. And with that being said, if you're new here, definitely hit the subscribe button in the lower right-hand side of the screen. Tick the notification bell to get you notified when I post new videos. Smash likes and leave your comments, guys. That really helps the channel out. It's totally free for you to do. Stop the video for a second, smash like, leave a comment. All right, looking at Bitcoin on the weekly. And like I said, I believe we are all very lucky to be in Bitcoin right now. I don't think that honestly, I don't think all the people in Bitcoin even understand Bitcoin and what it really is. I mean, it's an amazing currency if you really take time out, look at it and see what it's about. I know a lot of the traders are just trading for fiat. Me, in my opinion, I don't believe fiat is worth anything. And I believe Bitcoin is the future. And that's why I don't fear this market at all. If you're new to it and not used to the volatility, you know, that could be scary. I suggest you look into it and look at what it really is. But anyways, let's look at what's going on. So I do believe this is the cycle we're in. This was the first one over here. This is the second one over here. I do believe we are in part 2, which is here. And if we look at the RSI, I have those both circled in there, and they are both getting support on the same line here right after a big drop. So I do believe it is that part of the cycle, and I do believe we have a few years of this bull run. I still believe we are in a bull run, regardless of what a lot of people are saying. That is my belief. Let's look at the 55 EMA on the weekly. This is what I believe to hold, guys. If it does not, and this breaks down, then I have our targets for that too. Let's take a look at where we're at right now in the daily. As you guys know, I've been watching this as a big bull flag. Just moved a little bit, and I still believe that to be true. I'm going to take a look at the bearish case and the bullish case right here in the longer term on the daily, and then we're going to go into the 4-hour and look at the more immediate term within this channel that we're in right now, this trading range. So, all right, let's take a look at the worst case scenario first, and that being this. Looking at this as a descending triangle, we would take a measured move where we broke down, and that would get us around the $4,600 range. That is the worst case scenario on the bearish side, if you ask me. The other measured move we have, and this is where I believe we will go if we break this 7,700, and that would be measuring from here as a descending triangle, and our measured move off that is 6,300. Now, I have some more targets, but that's the bearish case, and I don't believe if we do test the 7,700, I think we're going much lower, guys. I have a few different measured moves. The bearish one from breaking down out of this channel here, which a lot of people are looking at as a bear flag, which is possible, and that's the measured moves we just looked at. So if we did a measured move of this channel and we broke down from here, we would be looking at around the $6,700 to $6,800 range. And again, I do believe if this breaks the 77, I do believe we're going down more towards the 63. But if we were to break down here, I would expect to bounce around 67, 68. And if we broke up out of this channel, The measured move is around the 99.60 range, which would get us out of this bull flag. I believe we would come up here, most likely come back down, test the top of the bull flag, and have one hell of a ending to this year. But we also have heavy resistance right here at the 9,300, and I do believe we're most likely going to come up and at least test that, guys, the bottom of this triangle here. And what happens there will determine what's going to happen for the rest of the year. If we get a heavy rejection, we could be getting the lower lows people are talking about. And if we're able to break through the 9,300, obviously you guys know my thoughts that we break this bull flag and it is going to end up being a extremely good year. Let's look at the RSI on the daily now. So we've been watching this as a falling wedge, broke out of here, got support, and we've been playing around in here. And this seems to be a falling channel here, which usually break bullish, and that will also continue us out of this wedge. And like I said in the last few videos, you guys know it, that's extremely bullish to me if we break up from here in the RSI. The other thing I want to point out, we'll go into the 4-hour RSI. I have this red line drawn in here, which we have been getting resistance from all the way back here. Today looks like if this 4-hour can close up here, we may come back down, test this again, and then continue up. We are in a rising channel, though. It's the only thing that concerns me. If we break down from it, you know, we would have a measured move down in this area somewhere on the RSI. But I myself think we are going to continue up from here, but that's just my thoughts, not yours, and I'll show you my opinion right now. Like I said, we are in this trading range here. I gave you the targets of breaking out either way from this trading range, and I think that would be a good spot to play a longer play. If we broke out above here, I would put my buy just above this trend line and put my stop loss just below it. Same if we broke down, I would put my sell or my short just below this line and my stop loss just above it. I do believe it'll be a big move either way breaking from here, and that's why I put the breakout or breakdown in the title. Personally, I believe we're going to be continuing up from here, and I'll show you why. Yesterday we were looking at this. You look at the white lines. Let me thicken these up so you guys can see them. We look at these white lines here. I was looking at this as a falling wedge. Right here, I do have this yellow line in here. Let me move that for now. But the measured move of the breakout of this wedge, guys, would be measuring the widest point of the wedge here and to where we broke out of it, which was right in this area. So that gets us up to about, actually it comes down a little bit, about the $8,500 range, guys. That is my target for the breakout of this, which seems to be that we broke out, we came back down, tested for support. So it's actually looking pretty bullish right now. The EMAs on the 4-hour are starting to turn up. If we go over to the 1-hour, the EMAs are doing the same. They are turning up, looking to cross 55. If they do, we're most likely headed up to this $8,000 range. Go back into the 4-hour. And if you look at the 4-hour, that's also the 55 EMA area. So that could be where we're headed. If we break that, then we're looking at the $8,300 range. Let me show you real quick. If I put this back over here, looking at this as a falling channel, the measured move of that would be measuring, oops, this in here, would be measuring the channel itself. Let's go down to here. But if we took a measurement from the channel and if we broke up from here out of this, I'm looking at about the 79, 72 range on Coinbase. If we were to break up, remember guys, if you do want to trade this, I do have a Bybit link that you can use. If you use my link, you get a $60 up to a $210 bonus. And if you use my Prime XBT link, they give you a 35% bonus on top of whatever you deposit. So, all right, so looking at this as a falling channel and the measured move of the break of that would actually get us up to around the $8,400 range. So I'm looking at the $8,400 to $8,500 range as our next target breaking out of this, whether it be a falling wedge or a falling channel. And then those break, obviously looking up towards the top of this channel, which is going to be around the $8,900 range. If that breaks, I'll be looking at the 93. If that breaks, like I said, hell of a year, guys. But anyways, yeah, that's where I'm at. And like I said, I don't believe that if it comes down to the 77, that'll hold again. I do believe it'll break. But definitely look for a bounce if we do go down there. But if we break down there, guys, that is where I get bearish. I will definitely have a short under here with a tight stop loss. So that's what I'm looking at, guys. Look at Litecoin. I want to remind you guys, my wife's webpage is up, anchorimage.com. She has lots of crypto stuff in there. She can put any crypto you want, any saying you want, anything you want, really. Family pictures, whatnot, on coffee mugs, hats, beer koozies, signs. Check it out. It's a good way to help support the channel, guys. I really appreciate it, as it does cost time and money to run these channels. Anyways, back over to Litecoin. Looking at Litecoin on the daily, we're looking at this as a falling wedge and a measured move off of this falling wedge. If we're broke out in this area, guys, it's going to be around the $115 range. That's obviously a longer term target. We'll zoom in and take a look at the more immediate term, but we had been watching this rising channel into a falling channel. I have this support line drawn here. This actually looks kind of bullish here, guys. Like it's going to continue up and at least test the top of this. Let's look at the 4-hour RSI. If you look at the 4-hour RSI, I like using patterns in the RSI also. And if you look here, this looks like a bull flag in the RSI. We're also in a falling channel. So the break of the bull flag and the break of this is going to be extremely bullish if we break up, guys. If we break down, obviously, we'll take a look at our lower targets too. All right. So we were looking at this as a rising channel. If we take a look at the bearish case scenario, guys, and we do a measured move off of where it broke down up here, measure this as a flag pull and this is a bear flag. The worst case measured move here, guys, is around the $34 range, which I don't believe is going to happen. That would break us out of the bottom of this bigger falling wedge here. So I'm thinking that's less likely, even though we do have to keep in mind it is possible. Let's look at the other bearish targets, and then we'll take a look at the more bullish targets. So looking at this as a triangle here, you can see I have it in the green. We had this on here yesterday. And if we broke down somewhere in this area, guys, that's going to get us down to this $48 target, which is possible. Keep an eye on this triangle. I would not be trading inside it, but you can also, like I said, if you want to try trading, I do have the links down below to the exchanges, but to play the breakout of this, you would put your short just under this line with a tight stop loss just above it. And the opposite up here, if we were to break up, you would put your long just above the triangle line and your stop loss just below it. That is what that's looking like in the bearish case, guys. Now, I do have this target down here too, which would be the bottom of the wedge around 43. Again, that is possible. Now, let's take a look at the bullish case scenario. Zoom in a little bit. All right, the bullish targets. Again, measuring this as a triangle. If we were to break up here, our measured move is going to be around the $60 range. And if we took a look at, if you look in the white, I have a rising or a falling broadening wedge right here coming down. And the measured move off that is the widest point of where it was to break out. So if we broke out above the 54.50 range, the target would be right around 61.39, which would get us out of this falling wedge, guys, which would be extremely bullish. But yeah, that's where I'm at with that. It's actually looking pretty good, guys. I'm looking for a big move. Either we break down or break up, obviously, but I showed you the areas to watch. I definitely think it's possible that this happens today, if not within the first couple days of next week. So yeah, don't forget to check out anchorimage.com. There's a link to it below the video in the description. I'll also put it in the comments by the timestamps. But I appreciate you guys watching. Definitely don't forget to subscribe by clicking the Crypto Savvy logo above my head. Smash the like button. Leave your comments. Let me know what you think. And I may be doing a t-shirt giveaway again starting tomorrow. So leave your comments. Let me know if that sounds like something you'd be interested in. But I will see you guys later. Take it easy.